Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Titletown Wrestling. It's your boy, KaRon, Casey, Caddell.
Jay Dub in the cut.
Oh, yeah, man. My boy Jay was in the building. Back again on this Wednesday night. So, we all watched the draft on Friday and Monday in NXT last night, and we saw the future and how it might go for all those brands. And we're here to talk about a quick review on draft picks, who the best draft picks were, steals of the draft, who won the draft, things that matter. How you doing, Jalen? We'll get into it.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm very pleased with the draft. I think it's very balanced. The only thing I see that probably ain't got a lot of balance is like you know what, and I don't need no too vague on the top of my head. I ain't paying attention to the tag division too hard, but I know a couple of tag teams got mixed up. But the women's division is not as one-sided as a lot of people thinking. I've been seeing that. I think
that takes down the context of how many women Raw got. They have a lot more because they have a whole extra hour.
If you think about this as well, though,
and that's a plus for the women's division. I mean,
you got the factions on SmackDown, so with Damage Control possibly splitting, that's 3 separate women right there. So,
right.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They getting the unpredictability factor back, and I feel like that's gonna help them.
Like they said, leading up to the draft, it's gonna feel like more like an NFL draft. So no one really can predict who can go where. Cause honestly, I thought, you know what I'm saying, the obvious move was to move over Judging Day. We're talking about factions. Judging Day because Rhea had the SmackDown title. Now we're talking about swapping them. Like what? Why are y'all going SmackDown?
Anybody on this idea, if y'all care about, man, y'all got a comment what y'all think about that, because I don't like it, even though I don't know how it would look with Bianca on SmackDown holding up a red belt. Right. And then Rhea on Raw holding up a blue belt. I don't know how it would look.
You got to do the swap like you did the tag titles.
Yeah, I hate the swap though, because it's like Bianca was set to become the longest reigning champ.
Right. And then you already had a ready-made feud. I know you trying to mix the rosters up with her like that. Sure. You already had Judgment Day and LWO. We're still going on. We got Backlash this weekend. Yeah. And then even you can spin off different matches from that. Run back Zelina Vega versus Rhea. You can run Finn versus Santos. Facts. You can run Dominic and Damian versus Legado del Fantasma.
We still got what? We still got SmackDown Backlash this weekend?
This weekend.
Man, Santos and Finn better have that match. Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why
I'm saying, like,
see that.
Like it's even if you say this is finished, okay, cool. Close the Bray and Dominic chapter that part, and then just
that should have been finished at Mania,
right?
But you know how they always do, which is okay because they haven't been the meat,
right?
The meat been Bad Bunny and Damian.
One thing I did like about before the draft happened, they did separate him and Dominic, even though Dominic was putting up the holidays and.
Yeah, that was cool. The whole trade worked out story wise. Right. To who better than Triple H?
He got dominated to build up. Because even when we went to Raw in January, Birmingham, that nigga had hella heat.
Matter of fact, you actually make a point that is very valid because everybody wanted the story. So you feel me? They get this over with. Mm-hmm. But with the trade, they had a valid reason for them to not see each other all the time.
And then I think he got traded for Baron Corbin, right? I'm not thinking I traded for Baron Corbin.
You know what's funny? If it was Baron Corbin, that's probably why I don't remember.
Right. But yeah, Baron Corbin ended up teaming with but getting managed by JBL for a second.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that part.
Yeah,
I mean, JBL dropped them. That might have all happened right there.
Yeah. January when we went, they was still his manager on Birmingham.
Man, was. That's when I figured out how tall JBL is.
Oh yeah, he's 6'4" at least. No, taller.
I give him 6'5".
What was I going to say?
He's tall.
While we talking about Raw, let's pull up their roster. Real quick.
My boy, you own it. This helps a lot.
Right. Of course, you got Rhea. SmackDown champion we just talked about now is on Raw, which is weird. Probably gonna see a switch here Friday. And then Cody Rhodes, of course, was the top pick, right?
For Raw?
Right. Was the top
for the top for men, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So actually, yeah, because Rhea didn't get picked to like 2. And Cody.
If she was
like
pick 1, right? Right. Yeah, so Cody being the top pick is obvious. They had to get the top face, the top heel to run the men's division, and with Roman being on SmackDown already. And so Cody being on Raw, it gives him a chance to go after the World Heavyweight title, which us and the rest of the Titletown Wrestling think that Seth is the chosen one for that. I think giving Cody will. That's not
remember the conversation we had about Seth versus Finn? I throw one more name in there that could be in that match, and it's Drew McIntyre.
Right.
But as far as who the first champion should be, story-wise, it could be all 3 of them. But I believe the one that hits the hardest is Seth.
Right.
It's no
he hasn't been champion in 3 years.
Bro, 3 years. For real, though. And it's no way in hell you telling me this man getting his song sung for 10 straight minutes. 10 minutes is not a long time. So if y'all out there last,
they don't make songs 10 minutes long no more.
Y'all out there lasting 10 minutes, I apologize. But run for 10 minutes. Maybe you might need to do something about it if you can't run for 10 minutes. But to sing for 10 minutes straight.
I'm going to sit here and be honest with myself. I can't run for 10 minutes.
Yes, you can, bro.
Not
put your mind to it. Do it. But to sing for 10 minutes.
That's a mile plus.
Bro, you need a DJ Khaled song to get that one.
Right.
Golly.
Oh, man. But yeah, definitely, I would love it if they have a tournament, which they haven't announced anything other than after Backlash, everything will be active. I would definitely love to see Finn versus.
Did they say you want a tournament?
Huh?
Did they say it's going to be a tournament?
I don't think you announced how we.
How we formatted it.
I know NXT's women they definitely gonna have a tournament, but I don't know about the heavyweight championship.
Y'all correct us if we wrong or forgot or whatever.
Right.
I feel like Triple H did say tournament. I can't remember now.
I hope he said tournament.
But shit gonna be live.
I like.
Shit don't feel like the
like
Glory series. Shout out.
But if it is, like the Universal title, which we'll get into later on, we talk about SmackDown roster. Seth versus Finn in the finals has to be the match. And of course, Seth will go over, and it isn't. I know Finn will be a great redemption story. You know, the Universal title match against Seth. He got hurt, whatever, like that.
I feel like if you do that, you gotta have him steal it off of Seth. I wouldn't want to run. I would love to run that story, Judgment Day interfere, Finn redemption. You feel me? But I couldn't do it.
But
as a first champion because I don't know. I know they gonna get heat.
But you don't think?
But I don't know if I want to do
it tarnishes.
One, that too, it does tarnish it because you could say
he didn't got no help the first time.
You could say Bloodline tarnishes all the wins that Roman's got, but you can't say that about the clean wins for sure.
Right.
And at the same time, with the wins that Bloodline helped, like Taker be saying, this character, this story, he put asses in seats. So I would love to run that with Judgment Day and Finn, but I feel like that has to come on some like I'm taking the title from Seth. It's got to be a face because we had heel Roman for 3 years, even though we had a lot of Sammy context with that. Mm-hmm. We need a face champion that's super over and not forced, in my opinion. Because if you put this belt on Cody, that ain't sure feels forced.
Right.
But if you put it on Seth, it's like 3 years he's been champion.
He's been carrying, right?
Saying his catchphrase. Like
truly,
they are queuing off before he queue off.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't seen fans do that since Daniel Bryan. For real.
Facts.
So shout out to Def Rebel for the few theme songs that they make that are good. That's that one thing that got everybody saying.
Right. Oh,
I like
going crazy.
I like him to table.
Oh, for sure. I like this. I like the little 3D dude that come out.
If it's a tournament, though, I'm looking for banger matches.
Oh yeah, for sure. I want
to see Seth versus Johnny Gargano.
So while we looking at the roster, I'm gonna tell you what. If it's 8, we're gonna do a standard 8-man. Okay, Cody gonna be in there. Seth Finn at 3. Drew, you said Drew. Who else on there? roster. Maybe Johnny Gargano, even though he didn't get picked on air. Sheehan just came back. Riddle's Miz. That's a solid 8-man tournament right there. Unless you're trying to replace Johnny or Miz with Bronson Reed or somebody. Night of Champions, Clash Champion. When is that?
I feel like mid card would be his route first.
Who?
Bronson Reed. But I mean, they can
He is a mid card. Well,
I'm saying they can still throw him in the tournament.
Right.
Just if he wins or he loses. If he wins, obviously, then he definitely not gonna win the tournament.
Right.
But if he loses, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he ain't got no belt. We can put it on Brunson. I feel like it's not too soon, but I'd love to see him in that tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe first, second round exit. You know what I'm saying? Type of situation like that. I wouldn't put him in the final four or the finals. Night of Champions. What is it? Clash Champion? What is it? Clash or Night?
No, it's like
Night of Champions. Okay.
Yeah. It used to be called Night of Champions.
Clash of Champions. Clash Champion was WCW. That's what it was. Okay. Oh crap. Let's see if there's anybody else on that list. Probably too soon for JD. If I had to take somebody out of a tag team to do that, to be in the tournament, of course, Sammy and KO would definitely be a good addition. But I'd love to see Ricochet or Braun in the tournament. Braun Strowman. May 27th. Okay, cool. That's when they're gonna crown the champion. So we got how many weeks? 4 weeks. 4.5 weeks. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and start having matches. They're gonna do a tournament. Talk about the Miz. The Raw Women's Division we mentioned earlier, them having more. They have a lot to work with, especially with them having those several tag teams like Katana and Caden coming over from NXT. Right. Facts.
Somebody, a lot gonna happen with these women. And like you said, they got 3 hours, but somebody ain't gonna be on TV. Somebody gonna be sad. Somebody gonna be scrapping. Somebody gonna be trying to prove themselves. A few of them trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, it looks like
nobody knocking Rhea off at the beginning, but
right.
You should see some hell of matches.
There's potentially 5 women tag teams alone on Raw. So you got Sonya and Chelsea, of course, the Karens, Liv and Raquel, the champions, Ronda and Shayna whenever Ronda get back healthy, Katana and Kaden from NXT. But then you got Indy, who had a farewell last night on NXT, who could tag with Candice LeRae and bring back the weight, which is I hear and talk now. Her and Dexter Loomis reunited last night as she left NXT for one last time. Index. Right, that's what I'm saying.
2023 is the year.
All 5 of those people, all 5 of those teams can go for real. Right. But I feel like Rhea finna literally rip through the division for real. Cause like if putting up head to head with these singles, only true contender right now currently is definitely Becky. Yeah, at the bottom you got Emma, Tegan, Xia Li, Piper Nivens, Nikki, Dana Brooke. Nah, none of those are contenders. Oh, Trish. I thought Trish Stratus.
Hey, Dana Brooke. I seen the post. They was talking about teaming Dana Brooke with somebody.
Emma.
They was talking about teaming them.
Remember we had our mock draft. We put them together.
Oh, yeah,
they didn't get back when they first originally tagged together. It wasn't a tag title, so originally with a true division, it just women come together having matches type of thing. And so it was a little short run. It was tagging together, but now that we have titles, why not put them together? Yeah, especially.
The reason I say that, I know they're not gonna win, so I'm kidding y'all. But if we have a tag team title tournament or something, man,
right?
Somebody gotta get it up.
Especially with the way the Raw division set up right now, you have really more power in it. The women tag division do it on the solo side. Like I said, Rhea, Trish, and
Trish and Lita, Katana Stance, and
Becky Lynch. Them being like those only solo women.
you saying?
Yeah. I was saying, oh no, I was saying those tags are, you know what I'm saying, are it's like they focus more on that right now. Because right now, because
wild out of that,
right.
Long term book wise, you can't get a Ronda and a Rhea match out of this.
Right.
Run that whole.
That's what I was just about to say. If they
split storyline with them, then you get a Shayna and Rhea, or you get a
Shayna and Rhea will be crazy. That's one. That's like that's an all time ultimate NXT women's title match.
Yeah, like
a dream. Like they had an NXT card with them, but NXT women on there. I mean NXT people on there. That Rhea versus Shayna for the NXT title, or triple between them two and NXT version of Asuka. Bruh, that match will hurt. Tag division, male tag division. We got Inu Sheer coming over for NXT. Jinder Mahal and Beer and Shanga, whatever his name is. I'm excited to see them bring back the old school style of tag wrestling. Two big guys just ripping through the division. Alpha Academy, which, right. But the Raw, that's why I think SmackDown differs on their end. I think they have more. SmackDown has better tag team on their end.
Yeah, Raw definitely gonna have the wrestling show.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Alpha Academy. Yeah, it do split up. Which Otis might be going to the Maxwell Male Models. Hope they can finish that story and let Chad go be a single star, which might bring the focus back on Ricochet and Braun being a legit tag team again. You never know with that. Maxwell Male Models, like I mentioned before, Otis joining them. Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders could go for a nice run. I can see them being one of the first contenders against Sammy and Kevin. And then Imperium, of course. With Gunther still being IC champion, I would love. I was just about to say I would honestly love to see them carry all the gold. Well, not all the gold, but all three of them got belts.
So, do you want to merge those belts or split them?
What you mean?
Tag.
Split them.
Split them. Yeah, I vote for that.
Yeah, definitely split. How they split them, I have no idea. We'll see what happens Friday. Maybe we have a more clear vision of how they're gonna work, especially with the whole drama with the women's tag titles. The women's titles. All right, let's jump over to the SmackDown. Now I can see them being the SmackDown women's title.
So you think we're gonna get two women's tag titles?
It's possible because I'm finna go over to.
That would be cool. It would hurt NXT, but NXT teams left. Like
right. Want to do a NXT women's mid card belt down there. Yeah. So even just looking at this screen, like the fact they have to put the free agents on the bottom of it still makes it look like SmackDown don't have that many people.
Yeah.
But I understand it's a 2-hour show, but it's a solid roster though. You want to go with the women first, or we doing? Okay, so solo women, of course, we got the champion, Bianca Belair. She's technically the Raw champion, the SmackDown champion. Hopefully they come to a conclusion Friday. Go ahead and swap the belts now, man. So Monday we have a fresh start. Fresh start.
Yes. Wait, I mean, they low key could because ain't damage control on SmackDown.
Yeah.
They low key could. WO is where'd they go?
They still on SmackDown.
Okay, well that's she not gonna win though. Sorry.
Oh, you talking about Zeno? Yeah, no, not Rhea's first title shot. No. Not her first title defense. Oh yeah, for sure.
About that wind damage control.
Charlotte did get picked by.
Yeah, she did.
So yeah, of course, I think the money feud going for them.
We can see something between Io and Asuka right here soon.
Either them against each other or them together, because I think on the indie circuit they tagged together at one point.
I was saying, I don't know if we tag together. We can use that. We can tap more so into Asuka's real heel side, because she was still Asuka, even though she had the kind of paint.
Right.
So, her losing and all the tweets she put out, and she did put out a tweet, but it looked kayfabe. I don't know.
Right.
So I was just like, okay, this is probably her referencing. She's going to get more, physical, more merciless.
Right, how she was back when she overseas. But yeah, Bianca. I think the money match in this division is definitely going to be Bianca and Charlotte. Whether it's SummerSlam, Rumble in January, next WrestleMania, however it works, we definitely the end game for the women's division got to be Bianca versus Charlotte. And I ain't gonna lie to you.
We finna see Bianca versus Lacey Evans.
I ain't gonna lie to you though.
I'm looking at these ones.
I know. I wouldn't mind if Charlotte beat Bianca. This all, and then one instance. I mean, of course, I would love to see her conquer all four horsemen. I'll at least let her be one time, and then you can run it back, and then let Charlotte win. But Charlotte, I mean, she doesn't need a title, but she does. It's part of who she is. The matter of however I look at her, like, oh, she buried in the division. She's good. She is. Say what you want. It's not like she was doing it and it was trash.
That's why she came back and beat Ronda, because we already knew real.
That was needed.
It could be something, but it ain't no mania match over Rhea.
Ronda went over. Ronda wasn't over at that point in time. Charlotte was needed.
They was sick.
Ronda was. Hey, Charlotte, come get it a bit. We'll get up, man. You said Lacey. Of course, Lacey versus Bianca. I can see them being have a decent match. Maybe like one of those middle of a big pay-per-view match, like between SummerSlam and Money in the Bank, like a few you can have right in the middle. Right. Of course, Zelina Vega's gonna fight her Saturday. Tamina, I can't wait to see who her next tag partner is. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't see she's a true threat in the single division right now. I'm looking. Maybe her and Michin have a thing going on. I'm saying, right? I'm saying, like, if she were to have a tag partner, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Tamina would be a person. But yeah, you got damage.
Because I'm just like, I keep seeing all these family photos. I'm just like, are we getting Tamina on solo run again for like what?
Right. Now, I hope that this is honestly what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that Naomi is only in Impact for a short time. She just collecting a couple checks, whatever like that. Getting the ring rust knocked off of or whatever like that. It's been a whole year. It's been a whole year. So
quick,
right. So go and get that, knock that ring rust off of her. It seemed like she got a new finisher.
That's submission.
Yeah,
she been had
that. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Rings of Saturn.
Okay, gotcha. I know she was doing the review for the longest,
but it's called Rings of Saturn. But I think she calls it FTG. Feel the Glow.
Okay, that was up.
I don't know why I feel like that's what it is. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think
that's cool name. That's a cool name. That's a cool name. Right.
I can't remember, but I feel like that's what Cole said, because I remember hearing Cole say something when she was wrestling. So
right.
Back in them days, she was SmackDown champion. That's what she was using with. And that was like, what? You talking about a year or two? That was like 2-3 years.
Right. So. Back to my point though, I think that her and Kamika have a reunite.
I would love to see a
team bad reunion. Maybe Sasha come back too.
Hey,
but no, I'm saying add him to the butt right.
So team bad good.
She's a Hall of Famer, but like, regardless of what, how it happened, she's now in New Japan, whatever like that, doing big things over there.
That's coming to
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, despite what she did, she walked out, and then she's now with a new company, and she's gonna move on from there too. She's still a WWE Hall of Famer. She's one of the best women wrestlers of all time.
What if this was like?
She's top 10.
What if that's probably just real life. I think it's too hard.
What?
Like, what if this is just like the soft spot for them? Like, you go to Impact, you go to New Japan. All right, people go boo y'all because y'all walked out, but eventually they go forget about it. Y'all get some fans back. Y'all get new fans. On that, and then eventually, hey, y'all come back.
Right.
Because I don't think Mandy Rose is just all the way done either. It might be a while just because of what she did. It's a little more different.
Right.
But I believe they'll bring her back at some point.
I think if she does come back, I would love to see Toxic Attraction on the main roster, especially in this division. And this division in particular, with Alba Fire, Esla Dunn, Damage Control, Team Bad, like I just mentioned before. Oh yeah, they on Raw, but I'm saying on SmackDown in general. Oh yeah, for sure. Right. Katana Chance them. They fought Counter Time now on NXT. Shayna and Ronda, of course. Emma and Dana, if they get back together. So the women tag division has a future. I'm excited for it.
It really does, because once Damage Control splits, it's gonna be interesting to see.
I think they do split. I think EO. Well,
it's gonna be interesting if EO doesn't go Oscar. That's just another solo career we could follow and see what happens.
You don't think EO and Dakota gonna stay together?
That I don't know, because I'm interested to see what Dakota would do on her own.
Yeah, and then you could bring back up Face Bailey.
That is what I think we really gonna get out of.
Right.
But the way the story's getting wrote, I low key feel like they was trying to play Bailey on the angle and like she gonna sabotage the match.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it's gonna happen. But I'm not sure. That's how it was like one week, and then this past week, she was all behind EO that week. You feel me? Because you feel me, like she was just like, oh, well, I guess you could get to a match, but she won. She was like kind of happy.
Mm-hmm.
But now the she done won, which you can't really tell because of that, because you is how the fact that y'all won. So it's like you all behind EO now. You only like that because that's how y'all gonna write it.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna go back face, or you might like that just because you won. So you gonna stay here. So not sure yet. Not sure.
So it probably would be, if he's putting it like that, I think maybe Bailey would go ahead and turn face again, and then they will go do a tag run by themselves, and then somehow split. They have a little feud, and then maybe EO. I think EO, out of the two, EO and Dakota, she probably get pushed first.
I ain't gonna lie,
I'm a big fan of Dakota.
Both of them too, because if they split from Bailey,
right,
go on their own tag run and get successful.
But look,
the fact that they already have 2 reigns, that ain't nothing but a stat pad.
Right.
That'll for real, because at some point Cole gonna keep.
But that's kind of what Dakota career is. Yeah. She wasn't NXT hiring. Raquel got 2 or 3 tag runs like in that short period of time. The tag champion was around.
I see that reunite, because who knows how long live and Raquel gonna really last.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really hear them get huge
now
like that.
Now
as a team, I just hear a lot of little girls pop for Liv.
They're separate right now, but Raquel and Dakota did have a heel tag run down in NXT, which was really good, which propelled Raquel into the main event scene on NXT, and she eventually won the world title. But yeah, let's get to the meat though, for real though, man. The men, Roman Solo, of course, doing things. They made what's the name? Draft pick too. Paul Heyman. I just noticed that. They made something like here, Russell. Like Paul, get a ring. I want to see this, bro. You and Mike Cole. Come on.
They can see that because it's so funny. Because all the rap names just listed like this. So I don't know if they can see that.
I was looking at everybody else. I just kept jumping his name, and I was like, "That shit say Paul Heyman."
You see Paul Heyman like Trump. In the spot, Roman Reigns supposed to be on
they be doing that shit. They be modding shit and be putting Paul Heyman in matches.
Paul Heyman be getting the belt. Paul Heyman.
They did one with him with the fit entrance, the demon, when he was falling on his hands.
Lord have mercy,
bro. In his full suit. Paul Heyman, full suit. That shit's funny.
Imagine Paul and Trump's crawling around.
But yeah, so of course you got Roman, Edge. I'm excited to see that Roman and Bobby on the same brand. I need that. I need before Roman pass the torch to the next champion. I need Bobby versus Roman.
Did you know that
Bobby might even win?
Huh?
Who?
Bobby.
Bobby is the last person to beat Roman clean. Damn.
Corbin is the last person to pin Roman, but the last person to beat Roman clean is Bobby.
What happened in the Baron Corbin match? Interference or some shit. I know he was running with the. I was about to say, I know at one point in time when he did that shit with the dog food on Roman face.
Who he was running with.
He was running with the Dirt Dogs. About this open say. Okay, gotcha. That might have been one that he stole. With the Dirt Dogs.
Could have been anything.
Right.
But I do remember that definitive win that Bobby got over Roman.
So clean, no bull crap. Bobby last.
Nah, because you know how they try to do it. They try to make it like they try to write the stories. So the story, Bobby back, big matches. I want Brock, I want Roman, all that. You know what I'm saying? Headband Bobby got the trunk still.
Right.
So he won that pay-per-view. Then they turn around the next Monday Night Raw. Roman beat Bobby. That's how WWE.
Was that back?
That's WWE doing typical WWE.
Was that back when?
That sound like Vince.
Well, of course it was back then when
sound like Vince.
He had Leo Rush as his manager.
Before that,
before that, okay.
Just got back.
Okay, just got back. Okay.
Yeah, that before we got Almighty and all that. That's where that came from.
Gotcha.
See, it's been so long.
No, that's Dominator. Bobby Lashley. Dominator.
Sound like
that. AJ Styles. He came over with OC.
Yes, sir.
We talked about earlier with Weekend. Included. But yeah, I'm glad AJ's back on the brand that he really helped revive in the 2016 draft. After the 2016 draft, now we're talking about it, man. The cat.
He to pick two brands up off the ground, TNA and SmackDown.
For sure, man.
I don't say SmackDown on the ground, but they got knocked down a few pigs.
Around that time, I think Raw was definitely the A show. Just because, of course, you had Seth, Roman, John Cena. It wasn't a brand split, but you know who, right?
We definitely the focus because we had 1,000 episodes, so we gotta make this.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta make this.
You had the stars on literally on every Raw.
This is our SpongeBob. This is our Pokemon. This is our Power Rangers. Our longest running, still to this day going franchise program. Monday Night Raw. They got SmackDown. They got SmackDown jumping.
They got some hitters.
We hit 1,000 for SmackDown. That's it.
I don't know.
We getting there. We have it.
Austin Theory brings over the U.S. Championship with him, which is gonna be cool to see. Gonna be some matchups. I can see him with a shakeup. We got Rick Boogs, Cameron Grimes, Walter Grayson, AJ Styles might mix it up with him. You never know. You might get a full program with Grayson and AJ for real. You know, they had that small program when they was back and forth for NXT and on the main roster feuding. Might get a long-term version of that.
In my head, that's good trash talk back and forth right there. AJ Grayson.
And then also the part of the best talker in the WWE, if not one of them, LA Knight. Throw him in the mix with all of them. LA Knight. His name already looks like the SmackDown logo. When they put it on the Jumbotron, it already looks like the SmackDown logo.
They never put that connection together.
But yeah, man, I'm excited for the mid-card division as well on SmackDown. I don't know, man. I'm trying to pick out who could dethrone Roman, and honestly, it keeps bringing me back to Bobby. Honestly,
now I make you think that Bobby should beat him. Somebody else.
Now, if you want, but then
it said Roman Reigns might be safe up until like September 2024.
Damn. That's like a year and a half. Like what? That's a year and like 4-5 months. What the fuck?
Bro, I don't want my nigga to get stale, man. I'm scared he gonna get stale because he just out there so long, bro. And that ain't his.
All right, hear me out. If
that's why the part-time deal low key helping him.
If you're gonna do another year, just go ahead and book him and Rock in London. Have him beat Rock, and then have him step away and lick both titles. And just let them have the WWE have it. I can do whatever I want to with these 2 belts. I'm the greatest champion of all time. I'm gonna see my black ass down. I'm gonna go see my black ass down. I'm tired of beating y'all niggas.
For real though, bro. Like, matches we haven't seen, but like we not gonna see him now. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted that Roman and Gunther so bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Can't never say never. Of course, with
never, but...
you know how WWE is. They throw in a wild card rule or was it Superstar Shakeup or whatever. They just randomly pop them on each other's shows. Like, aren't you on SmackDown? This is Raw.
Somebody need to break that unpredictability factor thing. Yeah, like just show up on SmackDown because you want to.
And I think that's what they're doing with the whole free agent thing. Of course, you got Brock Lesnar, the first name on there, who's synonymous. Oh, just doing the fuck you want to do.
I'm trying to see him do what the fuck he want to do. Every time he do what he want to do, he hurts somebody, and they fire him, and it don't matter.
Right. Well, when he came out of nowhere and beat up Randy Orton, I was like, damn, this nigga is so real.
Well, he need to pick the referees up one hand. Like, what's wrong, bro? When was the last thing that he went ape shit about? The Royal Rumble?
Oh yeah.
He wasn't even supposed to do all that. He beat that little referee up too, bro, in the crowd and everything. Oh, none of that was planned. None of that was planned.
When he entered the Money in the Bank and won, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Where did you come from, bro? Like, what?
That pissed me off so bad, and only because it's lazy. That's such lazy writing. WWE, y'all do that. That was lazy. What they do with that? I ain't lie. The only good thing I
with that boom box. Yep, the boom box.
And he'll slap him Paul because he know he had a year. You got a year? Yeah. That was just got some comic relief. I feel like he win the belt with that shit. He beat Seth. Right?
He cashed in. Did he cash in on Seth?
Yeah, with Seth was Universal Champ.
I thought he cashed in on Bobby.
Think it too far. Cashed in on
Seth. No.
So that gave Seth a reason to beat Brock Lesnar twice.
Okay.
Did it?
I might be thinking too far back. I'm thinking that this is when Miz Miz was Money in the Bank. That's what I'm tripping. Yeah. Miz was Money in the Bank, and then Bobby beat Miz and then Bobby got beat again by Brock, and that's how we got Roman and Brock. Right. Look, I'm going too far.
Yeah, that was
21. Yeah,
that was a year that I thought Austin Theory was gonna be the last thing. Because Vince was still around talking about the chosen one of the next and all this. Yeah, they gonna bring Austin Theory out the last minute. He gonna win. But when that nigga Brock Lesnar music hit, a lot of times you pop when you be like, "Oh my god, man, that music hit!" I said, "Y'all better fucking not." I was like, bro. Man.
And that nigga was laughing. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I get this damn Bane reincarnated. What? Another big guy who's running around now as a free agent, Omos. Of course, probably gonna be backed by MVP. We do see, Sid and Shelton down there too as well. It's always been talked about the Hurt Business get back together, so he might do another rendition of the Hurt Business with Omos and Sid and Cedric. Sid and Shelton.
I hope so, because they have totally scrapped all backstage storytelling with that, and it's somebody else probably for the reunite or form that they telling the story about. Who is it?
The Way?
Nah, they actually storytelling with it more so than The Way.
Oh,
just on some backstage type shit. I can't think of who it is, but it ain't every week, of course.
Right.
All the little Cedric and MVP and Shelton talking, all that little stuff, man, that hurt me when they took that away.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you know my vision.
Shit, they on the same brand.
But you know my vision.
Are they on this brand?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, they're free agents. They're on the same page.
Bianca's on this brand, so they got it.
So no,
with the street products, man.
That's why I was going next. I said, my prediction of it is Bobby with the Street Profits. He'll run MVP. Bring in Belair next to her man.
you know what? We could do this, bro, because the white folks got a club like that. It's called the club. They got so many members.
Yeah.
We can have something like that for black people, and we just get new members because it's business. Bro.
Right.
That's all it is.
Now,
what could come in.
I was say what would be
that'll be nice.
What would be right?
What
would be another cool one? MVP and Omar, since they're free agents, let have two separate, I guess, brands or whatever of the Hurt Business. Have one on SmackDown, one on Raw. Bobby and the Street Profits over here, and you have Omos and Sid and Sheldon on Raw doing that thing over there. Of course, you got Imperium already. They can match up with Judgment Day, so you know what I'm saying. The factions aren't going away. LWO, Bloodline, Brawling Brutes on SmackDown. So it's interesting options, man. I'm excited.
I'm excited to see when Pete Dunne will make his push.
Oh yeah. They probably break up within the next year or so. They're not growing still, anything like that. It just
they do what they supposed to do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We just want to see it.
Right. Maybe we can legitimate them by giving them a tag title run or giving Sheamus a belt, whatever like that.
We did have a lot of little cool tag teams. The Usos really did knock them all down. Tag teams that didn't get to touch the belts.
Line them all up, knock them down like this. Mustafa Ali, free agent, and Dolph. They fought around with a tag team too, which I never saw that going. You know what I'm saying?
They would do that,
right?
Because I see they was beefing for a little while.
And then Rick Boogs, he got drafted, but Elias didn't.
Oh yeah, Elias is free agent. I feel like they probably gonna stop that because is Boogs on SmackDown?
Boogs is a draft pick on SmackDown. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like they might stop that, but they might go just do this. Mm-hmm. They've been just what's the word? You've been playing with your food for the last 11 weeks.
Right?
Can we get this mid card match? Because that's all it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get this mid card match out the way so I can stop playing with it? So
right,
or just be done.
And then the last two names on the list, Von Wagner.
Strike gold though with some type of comedy shit in there. They might, if they find their groove, they might get something.
Oh yeah, I think especially them both being musicians, you can do a rocking blues, rocking whatever Elias is, and Rick Boogs, their whole little guitar gimmick. It'll be cool, whatever.
Yeah, because they keep trying to play Elias mean, but if they could keep him mean but make him like how KO be. You could find a nice fire and water contrast between those two.
Right.
That'll be funny. At the same time, they both musicians.
Mm-hmm.
They hit the arcade, bro. You know, I do like you.
Right.
We'll get a lot out of that.
Exactly. Sometimes those mixed match tag teams work. I'm a huge fan of the Bar. Sheamus and Cesaro.
The Bar is a great
them having that best of 7 feud and eventually tagging together and being one of the greatest tag teams ever. Definitely benefit both their careers. But like I said, last at the bottom was Zion Quinn and Von Wagner. Them being free agents and not true draft picks spells. I don't know, man. It just seems like it feels like right. It's like if y'all can't get over on the main roster, I didn't get over on NXT. This is it. This is the reason why we're here. So you go to NXT, graduate.
Did either of them not get over on NXT? Like, scale of 1 to 10, how bad would you say they did
over?
Like 10 is just like,
okay. 1 is, let's see who's down on the bottom of the totem pole on NXT as far as over right now. You know. Okay, script. Okay, Reggie. I was gonna say Oro Messiah. He used to be.
I heard him, but I ain't familiar with none of like real work
though. So he just got squashed the other day by the new big African dude on last week. Ife, whatever name. Yeah. That dude. Him, 10 being Jordan Gargano on NXT. That's the scale.
Okay.
We talking about Zion and Von Wagner. They not breaking 5. Like It might be 3-4.
Hey,
they never got over
Birmingham, man. That's how I know we was lit because we gave Wagner a reaction because he was booing the
Who
hell
you
out
fought?
of Wagner. I can't even remember. I think he fought Akira Tozawa. That's probably why we get a reaction.
No, Cesaro fought.
Tozawa fought Big O.
Odyssey Jones. Which we didn't mention. We didn't talk about him on Raw. We talked about a little bit. Yeah, I let Big O. I love it. It's inching me. That shit fire. I think he fought.
Big O is tag team partner one day with
Mustafa Ali. Who?
Abi Dhabi, whoever his name is, the new dude.
Abi Dhabi.
What's the new African dude name?
Oh, I don't know what. I can't say his name. If y'all know his name, put in the pronounce it. Don't just
write the video package. I was like, oh, okay, so we're coming next week. I turned off to something else. Oh yeah. I told you I was watching the Knicks.
I think he played football or something.
I turned back to NXT. I was like, oh, this nigga here now.
Today. Right now, today.
Next week or something.
No, he is not beer.
And I missed the whole match. Like I saw him launching
It was squash. It was definitely a squash.
After that,
it was like a 27-8 second match. We talked about free agent. Talking about the interview. Oh, did we talk about tag team? Okay, yeah. Street Profits, of course. There's no true champion right now on SmackDown. I'm interested to see what they did with that. In 2016, they did introduce the SmackDown tag titles eventually, which was run by Rhino and Heath Slater. But now we got the Street Profits, we got the OC, we got Hit Row, we got LWO, the Usos, of course, Brawling Brutes. Pretty Deadly come from NXT. I know both of us are very high on them. I know you mentioned you'd love to see them with Seth. I'm either Seth or bring back Tyler Breeze. I'm a Tyler Breeze fan.
Shout out to TK, man. Tyler Breeze with Pretty Deadly would be fire.
Would be fire, bro. Especially, I mean, he can either do the manager thing or he can do the
him back in action.
Back in action better. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a good hand in the ring.
He's not super old.
No, I think he's a trainer at the PC Center. So I mean, yeah, I think he's still getting in the ring with. I don't think it's like one of those things where he can't wrestle.
Over 37 years, probably like wrestling old is.
Right.
See, LeBron 38 and 35. Right.
You might well consider Rick Booz and Elias a tag team. It's a matter of time for they link up. Sid and Shelton, they being free agents, could roam around and be on SmackDown here or there. But yeah, I need a SmackDown tag title. I need some titles on SmackDown, bro, for the tag division, bro. Gotta have it.
Split the belts.
Gotta have it. Who you think won the draft? Damn, for real?
I'm gonna just say Raw just because. Like, look at this, bro. They got so many people.
They have an extra hour.
I know, but I'm saying, as far as like, if you asking me, like the matchups, I'm more excited to see. It's a lot of motherfuckers on Raw ready to see go at it. I ain't gonna lie, because I have been just thinking about it.
But you don't think they're top heavy?
Top heavy?
Yeah, like they have top stars, but then that bottom is the bottom. Like it's
the bottom is the bottom. Yeah, but I'm hoping somebody can like be built.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They haven't showed the ability to build properly in a while, but they trying to. Like they built Gunther well, they built Austin Theory well. It almost freaking backfired, but they picked it up and did something great with it. Karrion Kross right now is in a state of mediocrity, but if you do low-key pay attention with his storytelling in those little scenes,
he's on SmackDown.
Right. I know. I'm just talking about like Tyler being built.
Gotcha.
He's doing good because like he's like from such and such we took this from Rey Mysterio, we took his paces and then let him do us on the dog. That's almost like a fiend type of thing. Like every character got a tag that they get. So like with Shinsuke, he said, "We taking your honor."
He's taking a I guess say a trinket or a souvenir from each person that he goes right.
I like that look. You feel me? Maybe we get him somewhere along the lines later on. we still do see that Karrion Kross versus Roman Reigns.
I'm about to say maybe he take one of them titles.
Something, right? I'm just saying, ain't no way they gotta at least fight. Ain't no way you TikTok and y'all don't do nothing.
Ever.
Nothing. No face to face, no nothing.
One thing I would say about Raw, they do have a lot of NXT draftees, such as JD Madonna, which I'm very high on. I've been very high on him.
My bottoms on Raw are gold bottom, but it's the NXT that's got me hopeful.
Right.
I think JD gonna make a little splash. I think Russ is on his way. I expect Apollo Crews to fucking put up or shut up, and I want to bank on my guy to put up right here.
I'm an Apollo fan. I just whenever he wins, it's never believable. It always feels like, okay, you've been a steady hand. He go the IC title, he go the US title, but this is as far as it go.
But that could be good. Like
even when he went back to NXT, I thought, okay, boom, this is another contender for bronze title. And you put him against him, it's just like, oh, he's supposed to win. Oh no, you'll never explain. Okay, cool. That's fine. You didn't even, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he lost the brother again. You know what I'm saying? Like, his whole story was, I'm coming back to defend unfinished business. Like I never won a title in NXT, but you never won again. You just got drafted. Wesley Steele, North American champion. What's the name? Melo is the world champion. Like what the fuck?
I mean, I understand. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is like I just hope something clicks. Like we seen that happen before too with Ricochet, and right now it's clicking for Ricochet.
Right.
So hopefully we get that with Apollo. I ain't gonna lie. His title win felt valid to me.
But the thing with Ricochet,
I was fucking with that.
But the thing with Ricochet that differs him from Apollo is what ability Ricochet. We know what Ricochet could do from an indie run, his NXT run, even though he was never the top dog. He was the North American champion as far as it went. And honestly, in my opinion, he got an early call up. I would love to see him have at least one NXT title run. But then when he got on main roster, it was like, okay, he's on the main roster now. Let's showcase him. Boom, we got to push. All right. Such and such came in now. Let's stop his push, but let's keep putting a message because she's good hand.
Right.
All right, US title win. Bet cool. Jeff SmackDown, whatever like that. Won the IC title. You know what I'm saying? And then the World Cup, whatever. Those accomplishments, but it never felt like it could go past that. Like, if you win the World Cup, why not have him go against Roman? If he's the best in the world.
Because he did beat the top niggas, because the top niggas wasn't even in that tournament.
Right. And then he ran back him versus Gunther. Which he already lost to Gunther.
We knew it was going to be, which I didn't mind. We knew it was going to be a mid-card thing. And with it being the Intercontinental title,
right,
and being a World Cup,
right?
To me,
I understand that
for the whole World
but what
Cup,
I'm saying, like
soccer, FIFA type
on this whole push, you never gave him a match against Roman or anybody in the main event scene.
I don't think I want to see him against Roman.
We saw him versus Brock. Ricochet and Brock.
Yeah, we saw that.
Brock, when Brock was champion.
I don't remember that. Was it the squad?
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to see it. But I would love to say take it serious.
And another thing with Roman, he has his best match against smaller guys anywhere.
He does.
Just like Brock.
If we get a serious match out of that, then
I'm saying.
But I feel like
just a good match. I get Roman probably gonna win, but at least give him the match.
For sure. I would love.
This is like Kofi waiting 11 years to get a world title shot, and when he did get that world title, he won.
He's still a SmackDown. Look, Braun Strowman betrayed Ricochet. Ricochet beat Braun Strowman. Beat Roman Reigns.
They on Raw.
Oh, they on Raw. Yeah, that's how it used to be.
Put him in the tournament.
I ain't gonna lie. Seth versus Ricochet will go off too.
Before we close out, who's your favorite pick?
Favorite pick. Raw or SmackDown? Favorite pick. I'm gonna go Gunther, man.
Gunther to Raw.
Yeah.
I do like him and off there swapping.
Yeah. We have had the Intercontinental title on SmackDown for a while, the U.S. title on Raw for a while since the John Cena U.S. Open Challenge days.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, would that be in the wrestling show? Would it be so many stars over there? Man, I'm excited for the matches we can see.
Oh, for sure.
And like I said, Imperial. Maybe
That's your favorite pick in general?
Yeah, because like you touched on it earlier, maybe Imperial beat Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and they hold all that gold. You know, they just without, you feel me?
The international
Samoan. They the Austrian and wherever the other two dudes from bloodline.
This national bloodline. For real. I think my favorite pick, it got to be the OC on SmackDown, man. Bringing AJ Styles back to SmackDown. I think this might be his first time since those days of 2016 SmackDown and him being the champ, right? The SmackDown Live days. And then last time we saw Gallows and Anderson on SmackDown, it was before they got cut, and it wasn't like the best run. And so I think them going through that tag division and having a decent run with like the Brawling Brutes attack match with them, pretty deadly. Putting them over.
That's who won the draft for real.
Who?
KaRon and Gallows.
I think so. Right. And then, of course, Michin, her getting a division that's, I wouldn't say it's watered down, but you can definitely kind of pick and choose your battles and get time on TV, like you said before, and maybe eventually go against Bianca for the title or Oscar, whoever's winning the next, or even Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? I can see her being. I can see her fighting Tamina and having a good match. I can see what I have. Shotzi, another person. Who else in the tag division?
I ain't gonna lie, we might get
Lacey Evans,
like how we get Rhea pushed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like those three winnable matches for her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely see Michin climbing the charts. Probably the worst pick, of course, I think is Bianca and Rhea being on the brand that they don't represent.
Forgot about this. OC fight WWE.
No, I'm saying, yeah, they deep. I'm saying the possibilities are endless.
But I mean,
AJ versus Rey Mysterio.
The worst pick for me, I ain't gonna say they was the worst picks because they changed brands. I really wish we could just do so with the belts, like make one of them the women's championship and make the other one something else. I don't know. We can make. We can't call it a world heavyweight. The world's women's champion and the WWE women's champion.
Right.
I don't know, but the whole
I know.
Cool segment, but long term's like, dang, for real.
You think they might unify the belts?
I don't think that'll take a lot of chances, opportunities away from a lot of women.
But we might have two tag titles, so if they focus more on that and then have the one singles, you'll still have on both sides. You still have Rhea, Trish. Who else is a good contender? We mentioned earlier, Becky Lynch on Raw, and then on SmackDown you still have Bianca, Asuka, and Charlotte.
Yeah,
you know they still got that's those 6 contenders for one title. Yeah. But yeah, man, that was our review of the WWE Draft. Please like, share, and subscribe to Titletown TV, Titletown Wrestling. We'll be back next week with some more news from the WWE.